Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a topic that can genuinely change your life, the power of positive thinking.
But before we jump in, if you could take just a second to subscribe, turn on that little notification bell, give this a like, and maybe drop a comment. It honestly helps the channel out so much. All right, thank you for that.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone who's going through a tough time and they just seem okay, calm, hopeful, even when everything's going wrong? It makes you wonder, what's their secret? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today.
We've broken it down into three simple parts. First, we'll get clear on what positive thinking really is. Then we'll get practical and talk about how you can actually train your brain to think this way. And finally, we'll look at the incredible ripple effect this can have on your entire life.
Okay, let's get right into our first section. What is positive thinking? We're going to look past the cliches and get into the real science of optimism. So what does it actually mean? It's super important to know that it is not about pretending problems don't exist. Not at all. It's more like a skill, the practice of focusing on finding a way forward instead of getting stuck on the roadblocks. It's that deep down belief that you can handle whatever challenges come your way.
And that leads to this really key difference. See, healthy positivity is honest. It's saying, yeah, this is tough, but I know I can get through it. Toxic positivity, on the other hand, is about denial. It's that everything's fine when, it's clearly not. One gives you strength, the other just keeps you stuck.
And this isn't just a nice idea. It's actual biology. When you focus on the positive, your brain literally releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin that make you feel good. At the same time, it lowers your stress hormone cortisol. The result? You don't just feel happier, you actually become more creative, and you can even strengthen your immune system. Real physical changes are happening inside you. This little story shows it perfectly. Look at Emma and David. They face the exact same setback, a job rejection. Emma thinks, okay, maybe this wasn't the right fit. What can I learn from this? But David thinks, I knew it. I'm just not good enough. Emma's mindset leads her to an even better opportunity, while David's causes him to just stop trying. It really shows how your point of view can change your entire path. Okay, on to our second section. We've talked about the what. Now let's get into the how. We're going to look at some practical, everyday steps you can take to build a more positive mindset. And honestly, it boils down to a pretty simple three-step process. First, just catch your negative thoughts. Just notice when that critical inner voice pops up, without beating yourself up over it. Second, you reframe your words. You learn to swap out the negative stuff with something more helpful. And third, you build small daily habits that back all of this up. It's like taking your brain to the gym. Here's a perfect example of that second step, reframing. That thought, I always fail, it's such a common one, but it doesn't lead anywhere good. But look what happens when you change it to failure helps me learn what doesn't work. All of a sudden, it's not a dead end. It's a stepping stone. It's a tiny shift in language, but a huge shift in perspective. And for that third step, building habits, here's some really powerful ideas. Now, don't feel like you have to do them all at once. Just pick one or two that sound good to you.
Maybe it's just taking a moment in the morning to think of something you're grateful for, or making sure you get a 10-minute walk in. These little things done consistently build an incredibly strong foundation for positivity.
And that brings us to our final section, where we see how all this stuff actually pays off. We're talking about the ripple effect, how changing your thoughts can create real, powerful changes in your actual life.
Okay, let's start with a statistic that is, well, it's pretty wild. Research has found that, on average, optimists live 7 to 10 years longer than pessimists. Just let that sink in. This isn't just about feeling a little better each day. Your mindset could literally add years to your life. If that's not a reason to practice positivity, I don't know what is.
And the benefits go way beyond just living longer. We're talking about better physical health, like a stronger heart. We're talking about better relationships. I mean, people are just naturally drawn to positive energy, right? It could even make you more creative. When your mind isn't so busy with worry, it's free to explore new ideas.
There's actually a great psychological theory that explains this. It's called the broaden and build theory. Think of it like this. When you feel something negative, like fear, your world shrinks. You get tunnel vision. You only see the threat. But positive emotions do the exact opposite. They broaden your view, so you see more options and possibilities. Over time, that helps you build new skills and resources. Pretty cool, right?
So, if you take just one thing away from our time together, I hope it's this. Think of your mind like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. Every single day, you get to choose what you plant. You can grow flowers, or you can grow weeds. The choice is always yours. What will you choose to grow today? Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.